Hi, my name is Jenna Krajeski, and for the past 3 years, I've been reporting out of Turkey. In May, protests that started in Istanbul's Gezi Park in the center of the city blossomed throughout the country and became these really massive anti government protests. They seem to represent the first challenge to the authority of the ruling Justice and Development Party and Prime Minister Recep Tayyip Erdogan since they took power over a decade ago. And what I wanted to know back then was what kind of an impact would these protests have? So I started to think about what the protesters wanted, who they are, how they were affecting the government, how they were affecting the opposition parties, and what Turkey might look like after the AKP or after Erdogan. After I started reporting, another major thing happened in December, a investigation into corruption at the highest levels of government, inching closer and closer to Erdogan, broke open. And really wealthy businessmen who have great investment in the development of the city and in the country were arrested. Sons of cabinet ministers were arrested. It also exposed a feud between him and a former very important ally, an Islamic cleric named Fethullah Gulen, who lives in self-imposed exile in Pennsylvania and has a vast network of followers in Turkey and the world. This seemed to be another major split in the government, in the ruling party, and also the people with the most authority in Turkey, and maybe another opportunity for these opposition voices that had taken to the streets during Gezi to win back the country. So with elections coming up in March, I talked to as many people as I possibly could. I talked to political candidates from major parties and from smaller new parties. I talked to people who represented minority groups like LGBT groups, feminist groups, ethnic minorities, and religious minorities, because what had become clear during Gezi was that Turkey has an incredibly diverse range of voices, people with different ambitions, different expectations for the country, different outlooks for the government, and were willing to go onto the streets or create new political parties in order to get what they wanted, and that the future of Turkey was very uncertain, but that it was going to be formed by more than one voice.